bananas is rotten like you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. 3, 2, 1.
Mr. Daddy.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Man, take your breath. Drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. Grab your glass for that water. Get your picture of that water. Lift that picture of that water. Lift and pour that water. Drink. Lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Stretch your body and get some water. Move your body, get some water. Fam, just move your body. Drink. Move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. What? Raise your glass. Drink. Raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water. Lift your pitcher and pour some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Drink. Family, I want to thank you for joining us. But most importantly, make sure you breathe and drink your water. I'm trying to see what's going on with the mic on Spreaker. We are live up on Spreaker. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Periscope. And family, And I have to apologize because we're not live on Instagram, but we're moving their pace. But I have to apologize to the fam that still be looking for the show to pop up on my timelines. Was again, I am trying to build up Gye-Nyame Journey on YouTube and Gye-Nyame Journey, the Gye-Nyame Journey page on Facebook. You're not gonna eat it. You don't want that toasted?
I do.
All right. Cleveland. Can you Sasha need this put in the toaster. Can you do it for me, please? I mean, you know what I mean, man. All right, we're gonna have the lines open. It's real life here at Gye-Nyame Journey. We're gonna have the lines open. I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna call back in.
Give me one too.
For some reason, it won't let me hang up. Let me see what's going on with our piece before we get into the toast. And then after that, there we go. It hung up. Let's try it again.
3, 4. Stop it, Sasha. 1, 2.
Y'all know how it does. It trips sometimes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You know, that's what happens. That's what happens when your nation building on a budget, man. You know, a lot of this stuff we gotta be coming up out the pocket for on a monthly basis. All these call-in lines, all these lines that we texting. Somebody got to pay for that. Somebody got to pay for that. So, we get what we can. We make it work the best way we can. So, all right, family. So, what we're going to do, we're going to do a toast. And we're going to also have an opportunity to talk. Uh-oh. Brother Shaka is up early, calling in. Where you been, man? What's going on?
My good brother.
Hold on. Let me move the speaker so that they can hear you. I want to bring the speaker up so they can hear you. I wasn't expecting nobody to call in so soon, but hey, it is what it is. But go ahead. It's a Kuumba morning. What's going on, man? What's going on up there in your part of the state, your part of the country?
Man, it is a beautiful day for creativity. I'm going to tell you something. This is the second week of Elton John, Tim Rice's Aida at the Karamu Hop in Cleveland. I play the villain, and I'm going to tell you something, man. It's been a ride. At the end of, we have 2 shows today and one tomorrow, matinee tomorrow. But hold on one second. But I never thought that playing a villain would feel this. I don't know. It's kind of unsettling.
You feel good? Well, you feel good about playing a villain. Listen. If you're a good actor and you get into your character, man, do you? Because the even villains. Because you gotta think about this. Most people are doing something for some reason, right? And it's like as we grew up, it's like the bad guys were just supposed to be just totally bad, But then if you really look at the human side, everybody has to have a motivation for something. And a lot of times what we view as wrong for some, other people, what's wrong for you might be right for somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? By how they was brought up and stuff like that. So you get into your character, man. Shoot, don't be unsettled by that. Be encouraged by that, because that means that.
Let me explain like this. It's hard to explain the whole feeling that I'm feeling, but at the end of the show, right at the end, after curtain call, we go out and we stand there and shake hands of all the people that just watched the show, right?
Right.
And so I asked, because my character, he killed somebody in the show, and this is like one of the, I don't want to give it away, but this is one of the favorite people, and I asked him to stand next to me in the receiving line so the young folks know that like he's still here.
Right.
Right. And when people come to shake my hand, they're coming with their hand out and saying to me, "You're such an evil man," and "Oh, you're such an evil father," and all these things. But then one thing, the last comment a man said to me last night, it really hit home because he said, "Man," he was like, "You played that role to a T." And he understands, and understand that the role that I play, there's conflict between he and his son because he's telling his son that you're gonna be just like me, right?
Right.
And the thing is that he's trying to make his son the better him, which is why he's done what he's done so that he can have his own kingdom, right?
Right.
And the son that wants, and so the guy tells me, he says, "You know what? When you had that argument with your son on stage, I felt like it was me and my son having an argument. The line where you said, 'Don't you realize that whore could cost you the throne?' He said, that's the conversation we having right now." So it was just, it was amazing how relatable my character is, and it made me feel more settled in the fact that, you know what, we're telling a story that needs to be told, that has a lot more lineage with what's going on, in the world today.
Right. Right. Go ahead. So Shaka, good acting to his credits now. Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
So what's the name of the play? Just in case.
The reviews are wonderful, man. If you all get an opportunity to check out Aida, you can Google Aida Karamu House or Aida Cleveland. Some really remarkable and historic things going on just from this production in Cleveland. I don't know if if the listeners are very familiar with the Karamu House, but the Karamu House is the oldest African American theater in the country. And in 2015, they were about to do away with it. We did a performance of the God Love Nubia, and Cleveland Foundation gave $2 million to the Karamu House. Gun Foundation $1.5 million, and Karamu House is about to be like a Karamu neighborhood right now. And I'm saying it's such a big historical thing that's happening out of Cleveland, Ohio right now. And I'm just I'm fortunate to be a part of it.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. So, but let's go and do this toast. Anybody else want to call in? The number is 614-556-4535. We about to hit the toast. We got Shaka performing in Aita up at the Karamu House in Cleveland. And you said you got 2 shows a day. What time are the shows?
2 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
You said you had a matinee too.
3 o'clock matinee tomorrow.
Okay. At a 3 o'clock matinee tomorrow?
Yes. And a 2 o'clock and a 7 o'clock today.
Okay. All right. So let's go on and let's do this toast. So first off, let me remind you. I need to remind all of you that right now you are in the place where your hustle builds muscle. The place, the home of the stubborn minority and the congregation of the mighty. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Of course, you know this is the Daily Toast, and this is a Heart of a Simple production. Strive
to blow up your all paradigms.
So first, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We lift up our glass and we say, thank you, ladies. All right, from there, family, where do we go? You know where we go. We go to our list, and we can't say list. We gotta say list with an S. List. Well, you know what I'm saying. More than one. We got many, many, many ancestors that tie us all together as a collective, as a tribe. We got a big tribe of ancestors here that's just waiting to go out before us and to open up ways that were once closed. So here we go. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robin the Texas, Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie Tilly, George and William Walton, Chris and Fanny Gatson.
Aunt Lena.
I think you.
Uncle Chris.
Yeah. Oh, y'all learning the order. Uncle Chris. I'm Finn, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil
Gina
Ellis.
Gaines.
Hold on. Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown the second, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman L, Nomo X, Pat Mott Rob, Malika Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Algeny, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carla Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulling, and Luxor Brother, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janet Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rendelman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling. Man, is it good? Hold on. Y'all smacking. Y'all took my attention. Calvin Spratling. There we go. Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Del Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Said Well, Levita Farmer, I Go So Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keechler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds. Hold on. Let me put my thumb there. I want to make sure because Brother Kwame hit us up on Spreaker yesterday and we didn't see it till after the show. So if you are commenting on Spreaker, I am looking for your stuff. I apologize for not catching it yesterday, Brother Kwame.
No X.
Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mae Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Moorman, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Dorito Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W.S. Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hadley Vester, Mae Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatat Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula, Barry Lacey, Eleanor Howe, Frank Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Delimon Aries, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFriedis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scatterberry, Wilson Headley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Print Up Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Carter. No, it's Lisa Jordan. Lee Mosley, Charles Lee Mosley. Let me see where I was. Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Naylan Blair, Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr. What are you doing, little girl? Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, Uncle Buki, also known as Uncle Jip, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Boots Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle. Stop before you knock that over, Gina. Now I'm talking about that right there. Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Glebus, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Ann Becker, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hetty Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Willen and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Kate, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Near Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Melly Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, President Stevenson, let me start over with that. John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, President Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Manny and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Alvis Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Arlington Houston, Lud Oz, Elijah Oz, Jerome Oz, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Oz, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Raymond Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rupert Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony. Do you see me trying to read? Ruby Brown, move your hand. Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekhar Maha Reed Jr., John Reed, Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson, Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Louis Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Corporal, George Swan, Emmanuel Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon.
Gina, he said KC.
Can you pass me the black book, please, over there, Gina?
Gina, he said KC. This one?
Yes.
Gina, he said KC.
We have Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Nets Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Ed Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denisa Gore, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khaled Essien, Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Albert Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, and Teresa Sambu. Man, oh man, we lift up our glass to all of our ancestors and we say, we say Ashe. Don't play with that, baby. All right. moving from the ancestors to the present moment. We are in Kuumba, so we lift up our glass and we salute Kuumba. We salute all Kuumba borns. We salute this moment that we are in, and we make it powerful and we make it sacred, right? So we lift up our glass and we salute. Now, we don't say Ashe yet. What we're going to do is we're going to ask people to activate their reticular formations, get out in the world and hunt down Kuumba. Where is it happening in your community? Where is it happening in your school? Where is it happening in your life? Show it, take a picture of it, post it up on Gye-Nyame Journey. Share it with us. All right? So for those that don't know, Kuumba means creativity. Raise our glass. Order is the demonic principle of the day. Orange is the color. I found my orange shirt. Cause and effect. Cause and effect is the hermetic law today. Male name for the day is Kwame. Female name is Amma. Shouts out to Kwame, to all the Kwames and all the Ammas. We got a few of those in the tribe.
Amma is our cousin that make the cake.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hey,
your mom is an Amma. Go
I
ahead.
have a Kuumba conversation I want to have.
All right, go. Hold on. We almost done. We at right now. We salute this moment. We say Ashe from here. We move to our future, our children, our children's children onto infinity. You see, I'm training up the next generation. Maybe one of these will take my place.
I'm an Amma.
You're not an Amma. You are a Abina, and you are a Yah. I think you're a Yah.
No,
I gotta look up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ask your mom. I think you're a Yah. But we lift up our glass and we say Ashe to the future generation. Then we move to all of our relations and we say Ashe.
Ashe.
Now we toast.
Ashe.
Excuse me. You want to be here? Because you can go upstairs. Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. Here we go. So right now we toasted. This is your moment. This is a selfish toast. Get it in. We say Ashe. Last but not least, we toast the most magnificent, spectacular, beautiful, uplifting, inspiring individual in the room. And you know who that is? That's you. That's right. We lift it up and we say Ashe. Ashe. Family, we wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. Shaka's back on the line. He got a creativity conversation just waiting for us. So what's going on, Shaka?
I would like for us, especially as fathers, today to understand power of Kuumba in our children, because, and I'm speaking to all the parents out there who align creativity or the ability to create with parenthood, because we have created beings, right?
Word.
We have created, and we on a daily basis are molding and sculpting our masterpiece, our better selves, and our children. And even when by design we do not have that intention in our heart, it happens anyway.
Man, all right. So y'all hearing them. Lines are open.
614-556-4535.
Once again, the call-in number is
614-556-4535.
Thank you. The ladies are assisting us right now. I don't know what they doing in the background, but hey. Also, I am on day 6 of the fast. So right now, what you're seeing is me witnessing me eating the prelude to my liquid breakfast. Good God Almighty! Ain't nothing like some ambrosia.
Breakfast is your breakfast?
That's my breakfast.
Did you say a
He's
prelude?
fasting for 21 days.
You said who?
I wish it was 21 years.
You wish it was 21 years?
Yeah.
She want me to fast for 21 years. What's up?
Did you say your prelude to your morning snack?
Yeah, my prelude, the ambrosia, because I got a broth that I'm going to drink right now after this, and because next week we going into straight water, and for 3 of the days it's going to be dry.
No water.
no water, and then I phase back into water for another 2 days. Then I go back to the water and the ambrosia and the broth.
Ambrosia popsicles.
I could do an ambrosia popsicle. You right. Wow, I didn't think about that. But
Ambrosia ice cream.
well, I can't necessarily do ice cream.
I want some ambrosia.
Or could I?
Yay!
Well, hey, you know what I'm saying? So, we because like I said, I'm starting to experience the hunger. I got to remind myself how it feels once a year. So, we ain't,
I didn't even eat breakfast.
Well, I mean, Gina been trying to do it with me, but her being young, it's kind of hard.
Bagel.
Oh, she sure did. Girl, get out of here. But she was trying to hang with me the first day, so it's cool. It's cool. You young. It'll come to you. When it's your time, it's your time.
I didn't even eat breakfast either.
You ain't
I did
have
not eat breakfast.
You ate a bagel too.
Yeah, no, she ate the bagel.
How your family doing up there, Shaka?
And
I'm gonna go get some. So I burnt that.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning.
Go back to the beginning of what?
Because she said she didn't eat a bagel.
Uh,
Let's reverse it. Because we're going to see who ate a bagel. Go ahead.
No, I can't X that out. This is live, baby. All right, so now let me see any other discussions in the wind. Oh, I got an email. Let me look up something real quick. I got an email from the Black Business School.
Black just said that.
And no. This is Boyce Watkins, and so he said, how to build $440,000 from $114. Now, it's something I want to illustrate for everybody. So, convert. Let me say convert. Hold on, because I want to make a point with this. Convert.
See, you're doing too much. Stop before you knock it down. I don't. Ow! What let me play?
All right, so now in the article, because this stuff that I have to look out for, right? Because I'm like, I like being honest with folks, right? So the story that Boyce used to support his idea or his article that you could build $440,000 from a simple investment of $114 is lightweight true. Now, but it's lightweight. Why? Because if we look,
because there's other factors.
Go ahead.
I mean, in my mind, I could think of 100 ways that you can take that and get that. But there are too many variables. Like, if you're selling something, is it something that has a demand for you to make that at that time? Or if it's something that's talent driven. For example, how much are we starting with? 114.
He said $114, but because I ain't get to finish how the example that he used. But go ahead.
And he's ending up with how much?
$440,000.
440,000. Okay. So what I'm looking at is a basic independent artist hustle. And when I say hustle, I mean using what you got to get what you want. And if today you feel like you have the number one message that the world needs to hear right now, and you put this thing out with that much confidence, and by putting it out, I don't mean pressing up some CDs and giving them to all your friends or everybody you know. That's not what I mean. I mean getting down with BMI. But every time your message is performed, you making money. Every time it's on the radio, on college stations even, you'll get money. If it's on YouTube and through social media, you get money. Piece is that it only costs $25 to get a BMI membership. It only costs an additional 20 or you can have online distribution for $20 a year, right? Mm-hmm. And if this online distribution gets you on iTunes, you look at the amount of money that you make. Now, like I say, this is just a regular thing. But if you don't put the hustle into it to be able to promote and strategize and get out there and build relationships, which is key, it's very easy if you got something that's sellable. Build a relationship overnight by one album sale to be able to make that money. So like I said, that's just one, but it's so many variables in it because it's like, all right, well, how come 99% of them don't make it? It's really a matter of what message you have and what part of the conversation the world is in at the time.
So, but the new, well, let me just read. Let me read it if I didn't erase it. I'm gonna find it. Okay. But basically, what he was using as a comparison, he says, man, I can't even think of the dude's name. Let me find it because he was using an example. Because I want y'all to see what kind of happens with some of the. What's the second richest dude in the world? The investor. Somebody out there know who I'm talking about. Give me a second. Let me find this Black Business School. I want to share this with y'all and show you what often happens where people is trying to get you to buy something. Because I need y'all to understand that in many ways, and I'm not knocking the hustle. I don't want anybody out there thinking that Brother Tim is talking about knocking the hustle. I'm not knocking the hustle, but I at least want my family to be able, because this is a small show. I want at least my family to understand the hustle, right, and connect it back to our struggle and what we're going through. Because Shaka gave you the artist perspective of doing this, but from the Black Business School, they're talking about, hey, close that door, please. It's real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. So here we go. Black Business School, greeting. I hope you're doing well. I am not sure if you heard Warren Buffett describe how he began building wealth by investing $114.75 in 1942. So first off, we're using Warren Buffett. He's saying $114 because now what he's saying is sound, because what he's saying overall is that Warren Buffett started with $114. He invested that $114, and right now the investments that he made with that $114 today is worth $440,000. Or let's just say $400,000. Now, I want you to think about this. First off, when you hear shit like this, the first thing you got to think about is this. All money is not the same money. 1942 money is not the same as today's money. Now, I want you to think about this. 1942. What was your people during 1942? What was they doing? Right? What were they able to do? Warren Buffett had access that they didn't have access to. Point one. Because this, for me, it gets into the whole racial piece and the racial wealth gap, and then we can move it all the way up to where we can have a discussion about today. Because Warren Buffett had access that you didn't have, and they say he was 11 years old. Now I got a question for you. I want you to check this out, and I want you to think about this. So he's 11 years old. He has $114 in 1942. Shaka, just in your mind, man. I want you to tell me this. Think about this. How much do you think $114 in 1942 would be worth today? Like, for example, if I wanted to do the same thing, how much would I have to have an equivalent to do the same thing and just let this money sit from, let's say, 1942? That would be over 60. Actually, from 1942
$7,500.
Huh?
$7,500.
Nah, that's a little high, but that's a good guess. A little bit high. It's $1,787. So we got an 11-year-old in 1942 with $1,787.27.
Hold on, you saying that will be the equivalent of today?
That would be the equivalent of today.
Like, that's fact.
That's fact. I'm looking at it right now. I always work with these calculators because I be thinking about money from the past all the time. And you know I be dealing with silver and shit. I like silver. I like silver money. I like knowing when I walk into a store when a motherfucker give me a funny looking dime. I want to know if that's really a dime or is that really something I could trade in and get me like $1.70. You understand what I'm saying? Or I see a strange quarter.
It's gotta be.
Huh?
I'm saying it's gotta be some other type of way to factor in the inflation and
that's what we did. That's what I did because you got to understand $114 in 1942 was enough for you to live on for a month, and we got a young white boy with that much money. How many black boys had that type of money?
Then see, that's the thing too. Is let me ask you this: is white privilege today what it was then?
Oh, it inflated.
Okay.
See, because listen,
I'm saying like when you look at just the monetary and the entitlement that comes along with the I mean, you follow what I'm saying?
Right? Oh yeah.
Like it bothers me that like like for example, somebody could look at you and you got $35 cash on your person, and you go to pay for some drinks, and it's a totally different idea than when you pull out this plastic, and it's like wham, because you don't know. It's hard to it's hard to clock on somebody with plastic, I guess is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So money ain't necessarily the same even today. I don't know, on that level. Does it make sense?
I'm kind of rocking with you because because both the card and the money are fiat. It's basically I say so type thing. So then the representations of your wealth or the amount of wealth that you have at that time. But this is the point I want to raise. Boyce Walker's been having, there's been some issues between him and the ADOS movement and this. But this is what I want. This is what I want to say, family. Listen to me. I want you to listen to me very close. This little white boy, Warren Buffett, in what year was that? I'm going right back to his document. 1942 had $114.75, and he was able to invest it, which means he had access points that your grandfather or your great grandfather, whoever would be matched up with Warren Buffett in your timeline that was born around the same time as him, didn't have access to. 2, Warren Buffett had in his pocket the equivalent of $1,700 at 11 years old. He was able to do this. Now, I know people going to be like, he worked hard. He earned that money. He saved that money. Every cent he saved and he worked. But was the opportunities there for those that look like you? And the reason I'm saying this, and then also I want y'all to understand this. What Warren Buffett invested was not, for us, $114. So actually they're starting off this article wrong because they need to translate what this $114 is in today. So if you want to start an investment account, you would need to invest according to the statistics. Now, according to the numbers, you would need to invest The total wealth of a black family, over 50% of the black family, the total wealth of the black family right now, in order so that you can have 80 years from now, $440,000. The equivalent of what $400,000 is right now. So basically, what Warren Buffett was able to hold in his pocket at 11 years old as a young white boy, because we look at the story, because he started off struggling and he started off poor, but he had white privilege. He had American citizenship to fall on, and he had access points in which he was able to take this what we would consider a little bit of money and invest it and be able to continue adding to it over time when those avenues weren't open for you. And even if you had it today, for 50% of our people, that's more than they have in their it's more than their worth right now. So family, yeah, I mean, you keep on listening to this stuff, but all I want you to do is be able to have a context out of which to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, boom, and yeah, you can invest, but please understand, you're not going to do the same with $114 today that Warren Buffett was able to do with $114 back then. It's not going to happen. You at least got to be where he was. And where he was comparable to today would be $1,787. In fact, let's just put it this way. You will need $87.27 more than most black families holding wealth in order to invest like he did and not touch it. That's where we had a problem. And people be like, well, you just got to have discipline. No, nigga, you got to live life. Because Shaka, I know for a fact that there's been times where you tried to save money just like me, and something always happened. It always seems like emergencies know when you saving money, don't they? It's almost like it's structured. It's like, he's saving money. Time for the tire to go out. He's saving money. The baby gotta go to the doctor. It's like life is just working against us, family. And it's like, yo, I'm just saying, let's just keep it all the way real. And like, I listen to Boyce Watkins. I like what he do. But then I also I feel that it's my responsibility to kind of point out when he goes into this selling shit. And I don't mind that. I don't knock the hustle. But family, please go in understanding that $114 from 1942 in the hands of a white boy is different than $114 in the hand of a black boy right now. Please understand that. If you don't understand anything right now, if you don't understand anything else.
Hey, and I'll just say this to you though, Hatim. Back on the Kuumba. All right? Mm-hmm. If you are a creator and it costs you less than that to make your prototype and to have your stuff on the marketplace, one thing Warren Buffett didn't have as an 11-year-old white boy is the resources that we have to establish mass communication and mass relationships. You know what I mean? All at the same time. We do. The internet is worldwide, and it's really a matter of how we use it and who it is that we want to appeal to.
Now,
sometimes,
but you know the issue with that, though, too, right?
What's that?
The possible challenge. Because once again, I don't want people to believe that we at GM, because I say the hustle builds muscle. I believe that you are supposed to be building stuff, and you're supposed to be trying to create things and trying to create markets or get involved with markets and be able to make money and work jobs. I'm not saying that you need to just sit back and take what the fuck the world is giving you. But the fact of the matter is, a major issue is when you start talking about the internet stuff, family. Let's be honest. It's not open and wild like it was.
Okay.
You could be, you can literally be cut off by the change of an algorithm, man. Is it an algorithm?
Yeah.
You can literally
Yeah.
You can literally be knocked off because they change one letter in the algorithm.
Do it again.
You know what I'm saying? And not for you to be discouraged, but then now we got to take the hustle to the next level. Not only do I need to be able to contact and be on the internet, I need to also have other ways of getting in contact with my audience. That's why me and you was talking about Superphone, and then when Superphone wasn't working out, I moved to a whole nother platform where we are gathering people's information so that like when Shaka drop an album, boom, I can send a sample to everybody on our timeline either through Facebook or through the Black Signal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm building things within things because, one, I'm looking totally for something that I control until our children get old enough to start creating some of these avenues that we have control of. Total control of.
And how much did it cost Ryan Leslie to start Superphone?
Oh, shit. I don't, what, Gina?
Do it again.
It's on. Go on. Real life here, Jimmy. Go on. I don't know how much it cost him to do that, but he did a lot of research, and we know he paid some money for that shit because he's using. Because he had to possibly buy some bandwidth so that he would be able to use that. He had to buy, but you know, Ryan Leslie is like you. He's an artist. He made money from his artistic endeavors, and he asked the question: then why can't I get directly in touch with my audience? But even his shit is built on the top of some shit where a motherfucker at one of them internet comments could be like, I don't like him no more. Change the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing that he got is, one thing he has control over is his call list. He's still, now what I'm saying is we gotta break all this down and start finding those things that culturally that we can go on and, one, establish our territory. Because when it's your territory, you're not paying rent. Matter of fact, people are paying rent and taxes to you. So what we have to find are those things that we can take control over, that we are totally responsible for, and we receive the benefits as well as some of the issues. Not even some, all of the issues. We get all the benefits and all the issues with the thing that we control. Go ahead.
I tell. Do you remember? This is random. I was telling you about this young artist, this sister on Periscope, who sits in a room all day on her bed and makes beats.
Yeah.
And then she'll come back the next day. She'll have vocals. Remember this conversation?
Yeah.
Her name is Doja Cat.
What is it?
D-O-G.
Give me a bottle to open it in.
D-O-J-A-C-A-T. Doja Cat.
Don't worry about it.
On Periscope, you got to look her up as Doja Goat. So the piece is that this is like one of my. She's the person who was kind of like my onset Periscope, and you chop it with her just like the live joints or whatever, and people throw her gifts, and she's making money just by having an internet presence as an artist. Now here's the piece. She happens to be one of my daughter's favorite artists. And my daughter's never been on Periscope. So Doja is made her way into the big time as an independent because she knows the game. And so that's really what's majorly important, is knowing the game, knowing the angles, and knowing and the fact that she, is very appealing, and she's very talented, and she's very available for her audience. It really means a lot in the whole relationship building piece. So, yep. That's just a story for me to show you, how these platforms are still so expansive, but it's really a matter of you, number one, knowing the biz, knowing who you got to get to be able to make a certain thing happen, and doing it effectively. And just when you succeed, just continue the process and continue that same cycle.
Gabby, shut up.
Excuse me, Saka. It's real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. Sasha's under the impression that I gave away her watch. I put a watch on Gina's wrist. I did not give away a watch. But now, and Shaka, and I want to get it across, man, because I know it's kind of hard for people to hear it. I believe in the hustle. I believe in the work. I believe in the grind. I believe in building. I'm a nation builder. I've been calling myself a nation builder for a long time. I believe that the hustle, we came up with the hustle build muscle around this motherfucker, right? Now, but the piece that I want to make sure that people understand is the information that's out there, the fact that we don't control, and we don't control no territory. So it's hard for me to even put nation builder on the front of my shit because we have built no nations. We have lost all our shit. And we have to go back in, we have to start conquering. But I want people to understand the reality of where we are, because many times when I'm talking to people, they are on some illusionary shit that lets me know that they are not plugged into the reality of where we are. Because at any given time, like for example, me and you, for example, like I just put an article up there on, because I know you ain't had time to go on the timeline, but you know what the next hot thing in kombucha is, right? I know, go on tell me. Speaking of that, hold on, free commercial. Right now I'm drinking that Justice League Ambrosia, a combination of green tea that has been fermented with honey, raw honey, and mixed in with lemon, lime, ginger, and cayenne. Not only does it taste good, but it helps you feel good as well. But Shaka, that's that ambrosia. But so Shaka, you know what the next hot thing is in what is it? Kombucha right now?
What? Kombucha?
Ooh, not yet. That's coming though. No, June. There is somebody, you can look it up on Amazon right now. There's somebody that's shipping June out all over the country. I just don't do it because I don't want to be responsible for those bottles blowing up, and I'm trying to build an audience where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I think that might be for our sons to go on and move to the whole national, international piece, but we got to put our foot down in it. And like you said,
but check it out, Hotel.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing, man. Now, peep, what I mean. All right,
go ahead.
Because I thought you was, man. Listen, the next best thing in kombucha culture is the symbiotic cipher. And let me just explain.
Wait, hold on. Stop. See, because I'm with you on that shit. Because what the symbiotic cipher does is it establishes our territory. But also what it's going to be able to do is for us to, on a whole nother level, brand the products that we allow into the symbiotic cipher. Because me and you...
hold on. Because I've already thought this through, man. I've already thought this through. See, you establish godchildren through the distribution of your scope. And in that sense, when I do this performance event, no matter what city, no matter what country I'm in, I'm leaving a SCOBY, which is not just symbolic, but everything that spawns from that SCOBY is because of the induction through the Symbiotic Cipher event, which is a performance event that brings our energy into a place where you are sharing a space with artists and performance artists from that space. So it's an interfacing, and at the end, they're left with their own SCOBY, which that whole community flourishes from.
Now, but what I'm saying is with that, was what travels. Well, let me put it this way, because the piece is, I'm in belief of, how can I put it? I want people 30 years from now, Shotgun. You know, I mean, this is my vision. 30 years from now, I want somebody talking about, I want that red. I want red 2025.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Because we have it bottled and we have it stored because we have established a reputation for quality product, not a mass-made product. I want motherfuckers. I want people bidding on Ambrosia Red 2027, starting at 1,000. You see what I'm saying? I want people. You know what I'm saying? Because we take such care in developing this. Because when you showed me, when I opened your bottle, I'm showing the bottle. I don't know if you on, but I'm showing. I opened your red bottle. It had it had the top on it. And it had the cage holding the thing in, and the bottle never blew up. But when I opened it and it blew out, I said, "Damn, you know what? I'll give me some champagne bottles and I can start bottling up my shit and just letting it sit for a very long time." You know what I'm saying? We got stuff. We got a product.
That was what, a year old when you opened?
Shit, dude. Think about this, Shaka. When did I first? I gave you a SCOBY, then you started brewing, then you came up and you brought that shit. So it might have been, that shit might have been about 2 years old, man. Think about this.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know, think about this because you got to think about this because the bottle that I opened up with you was over 2 years old when I opened it up with you, and I still got those bottles upstairs. You know, because I keep 4 in my room away. Just in case. You know what I'm saying? Boom. You know, because if I need to make a SCOBY, I could pop open a bottle of one of those and just let it sit. And possibly a SCOBY will just be growing up out of it. And I know how to, because I had to start from a small SCOBY to where we got these ones right now. I could go and nurture one all the way up. I could do that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Right.
But yeah, so you know, because with the symbiotic ciphers, the products will be going out with it. Not just in the product sense. Listen, we want you to be able to create this on your own. But one of the things we're gonna start finding is because now there's another video that I should have posted up. It's a billionaire dude who made his billions of dollars from kombucha. You know, so his repertoire is this. His parents took him to South Baba when he was a young kid. First off, he got influenced. So, and when they came back, somebody introduced him and his family to kombucha, and he started making kombucha. And he started noticing that people would prefer to come get the kombucha from them rather than making it themselves. So he parlayed this into $1 billion business, and every store you go into with this kombucha, there's his shit right now. And and he said his biggest issue now is that everybody wants to make kombucha the next sparkling soda, and I don't want that to happen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to see this video. This is a strange motherfucker. I'm looking at it. I'm like, this is the motherfucker at the top. Oh, he's about to get knocked the fuck. You know. Actually, you go and rest at that spot because what we need is we just need to be able to have enough space so that we can go and do our June in the proper way. Because June, by all qualifications, knocks the shit out of kombucha. Period. Out of all kombucha. That's why they call our shit the champagne, dog. Matter of fact, I was with Kurt the other day. I don't know. When the last time you spoke to Kurt?
Oh, man. Within the past 10 days.
Did he tell you about when he opened one of my bottles?
Say what?
Did he tell you about, because I had some bottles that had been sitting around. I remember Kurt wanted some, and it was sitting in my trunk. So I went and I gave him a free bottle. So
Right.
now, you know how the bottles do. So the bottle was sitting in, and because it was super active, I thought the shit had squirted out. So it was only like it was pretty much, it was like 3/4 of a bottle in there. I said, listen, I'm gonna give you this one free because it's been sitting for a while. It's still good. You know what I'm saying? You know, but when you open it, I told him, I said, when you open it, you got it. He said, I know how to do it, man. That just means there's a live culture, and that's what I want. I said, all right. So I'm sitting at the barbershop. Cleve getting his hair cut. Kirk come in, and he said, hey, Saul, you got a lighter? I said that I didn't know he could smoke. But I didn't know he had the bottle in his hand. Now remember, 3/4 of the bottle is gone already. I'm thinking that it's gone because it's spilt out, but it's not gone because it's spilt out, because it's some type. We got to figure out what that process is when the shit is sitting for a long time and a lot of the liquid turns into a vapor or some shit like that. Because when he opened it and he didn't cap it, Shaka. I told him, right? You heard me tell him, right? He popped it. That shit was like a bottle of champagne. Boom! I mean, it's like a gunshot went off. Because I wasn't paying attention. I'm like, shit, what the, you know what I'm saying? And it shot up in the air, left them just enough to get a sip. You know what I'm saying? But they was mopping and.
Hey, Hot Tim.
Go ahead.
Hot Tim. Man, I told you about the one time when I put the stuff in a red Stripe bottle. That's what I did. Listen. I had a red Stripe bottle, and I put the rest of what I didn't bottle up into that. Now, when I put it in there, it was a full 22-ounce red Stripe bottle. When I went to open it, it was only a third of the liquid in there. And when I popped it open in my kitchen, it sounded like a gut. It sounded like a and it splashed onto my wall, and before it could even drip down, it evaporated.
You did tell me about that. See, and the pop. See, because for us, the pop for certain bottles, we want to perfect. Because that takes the whole champagne. Because I want our drinks to be known as celebratory drinks. Not only can they get on regular, but for a little bit more money, you get the celebratory drinks. So at New Year's, I want to have 100 homes able to 100 this year, 1,000 next year, 10,000 year after that, to be able to have one of our bottles and know that when New Year's happen, all they gotta do is twist the shit off, put their thumbs up under that plastic piece, poof. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a celebratory sound. That's beautiful, man. It was beautiful, and you know that it's good. You know that it's good for you. You know that you're supporting the community, because shit, dude. Once we get to the level where we got our own land, where we able to pull up our own water, and we able to have our own beehives, the only thing we're gonna be missing is the tea. So we're gonna have to have our own trade agreement with the country, with a country that we could choose to grow our green tea. Shit, right? Man. Come on, man. I'm not playing with this shit. Other folks could be playing, but I'm very serious with this shit. Right? You sitting up, you probably got some brew right now, because you a brewer. See, please understand, Red June, you know, the June man over there, he's a brewer. We here at Gye-Nyame, in the house of Gye-Nyame, we fermenters. We family. It's just, you know, do stuff a little bit different. But the results can't be denied, because you can see the genetic similarities, and you can see the relationship when you get them at the end.
Right. Hey, so that red spot, what did it taste like? Like
The red?
What did it taste like? Yeah.
The red bottle?
Yeah.
That was when you was young and brewing. So it was very vinegary, but this is the issue because at one point your process you was letting it sit too long. So this was one of those bottles. But with the bottle being so active, so filled with carbon or carbonated, it was a very good drink. You understand what I'm saying? Because the piece was the carbonation cuts out, for me, at least for me, cuts out some of the vinegary notes that's in it. See, because one of the things that I got from you was you didn't mind to let your shit. You had patience to let your shit go through a whole. Like you said, I let this shit. I mean, one time you told me some shit like you let some shit sit for 2 weeks. I said 2 weeks. God damn.
Yeah.
I never had. I didn't. I haven't developed that patience until recently because this batch that I got right now that I made for the Malcolm X Festival, I let sit. You know what I'm saying? I let it sit because I wanted to get to that because we want the perfect taste is right before the perfect time of the bottle was right before, like one day, right before it gets to where all of the fructose and the sucrose is sucked up, and that's what makes our shit different from kombucha because kombucha only use sucrose. Our bacteria and our yeast are fed on fructose and sucrose from the honey, right? So I mean, hands down, our shit is always gonna beat that shit. Our shit is always kombucha is only popular because the shit came out first. That's it. On when it comes to motherfuckers really wanting to have the experience, really wanting to get the high, really wanting to get the health benefits, they're gonna have to move off that kombucha shit and they're gonna have to find something else. So kombucha is basically the starter drink for what we have. So all you that's out there sipping on kombucha, what you sipping on is the starter. The true shit is right here. You get some. If you live in Cleveland, you get it. If you live in Columbus, you can get it. And of course, you know what I'm saying. If you family, we could bring you some stuff. You got to just bring us to your city so that we gonna have a conversation with you about the shit. You know what I'm saying? Get you started.
Yeah. And that's exactly how Tim. That's exactly what the symbiotic site is
I know.
for.
I know. Because shit out.
Yeah, we need to get a. You know what I need to do? I need to go ahead and get
what you need to do? Hold on. First, what I believe you need to do is finish your shows 100%, and then you start working on some other shit. I want you to throw everything into your bad character, and get all the benefits that's gonna come from you being an excellent bad guy right now. God damn it, that's what you do. You know. Well, you can't even tell me the name of your character right now. What?
I can.
What's the name of your character?
Zozer.
You get to play Zozer?
Yeah.
I knew Zozer. I knew Zozer. He was a pretty cool dude, man. He wasn't like they say in the history books. But go ahead, don't tell him. Tell him a little bit more because I'm fasting, so I got to use the bathroom twice as much.
Right. Well, in real history, I guess you would see Zoza as the father of the Step Pyramid, a pharaoh, reigned for who was it? Was it I forget how long, but in the play, he is the chief minister of the pharaoh, and let's just say he really wants his son to become the pharaoh. So he's got high ideas, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that this moment happen the way that he spent years intending for it to happen.
Okay. I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now check this out, Shaka. I've been thinking about some shit that because now Shaka's in the play. If you're around Cleveland, and when they start traveling and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because is that a possibility, or is it just gonna be a straight Karamu House thing, and then after that it's done?
Well, it's definitely a possibility because, when you have actors who, and what I'm finding is that there are actors who are really a family because they've been in so many different productions together.
Right.
This is my first one. So this is my one where I'm kind of like the new kid on the block, but at the same time, I'm twice as old as half the cast. And so it's it's a very humbling place to be, and the one thing that most of us share, I'd say 99% of the cast are all alumni of Cleveland School of the Arts. And I get to work with one of my brethren who in 1994 I graduated with as well. So it's really dope, how I guess I use it not to, but how incestuous the arts become in theater. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, but that's everything.
Yeah,
that's everything.
Yeah.
But look, can I ask you a question before you go? Is there singing involved in this?
Oh, it's a musical.
Okay,
Aida is a musical. And actually, I'm gonna tell you something. What bugs me out is that until our opening, the week of our opening, I go to rehearse and I'm putting Aida on a fire stick, and know that the adaptation I think took place in 2000, where Tim Rice and Elton John took this old story from old Russian tale into Nubia in Egypt. And so they're the ones who are responsible for Aida being transformed into this Nubian Egyptian tale. Now, I lost my train of thought.
No, I asked about singing, and then you went to give me the history of Aida.
Yeah. So it's got a Disney stamp on it and everything because of the relationship with Elton John, of course. And so I went on and found out that Heather Headley played Aida at one point in time and got like some major awards. I don't know if it was a Tony or whatever, but Aida is huge. And some of I had about 2 or 3 people come and shake my hand and say, you know what, I'm so glad I came to see this because I thought 15 years ago off Broadway, and it is just as good or it's better than it was even then. So for Karamu House having this reputation of a community theater, and understanding that even Arsenio Hall came out of Karamu House. I mean, there's so many great actors that have come out of Karamu House that I couldn't even mention them all. But coming from it having a reputation of a community theater into a more professional and off-Broadway thing, I think that right now is the time where it's really getting its nuts whacked, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's really...
Hey, man, it's a family show. You can't say stuff like nuts whack. Come on, man. It's like saying motherfucker all the time.
Yeah. So
go ahead. So if you in Cleveland today, you catch the Gye-Nyame journey. After we go off, that's how people usually watch it anyway. Family, go on and support Brother Shaka. Let him know you a Daily Toaster. Let him know that you be checking in on Daily Toast. Because, like I said, this is the special forces of Gye-Nyame journey because, you know, everybody can't get up in the morning and do this shit. Until Shaka got this part, you know what I'm saying? Shaka was pretty regular on the show, but this show is taking a lot of time. And please understand that it takes a lot of energy, a lot of personal energy, not only to raise a family, but then on top of that, go and act like somebody else. To be an
And you
actor.
know what? I gotta commend you, Hatim, on your ability, to improvise. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Like some of the most comical moments on stage so far have been like cover up. Like, you know, like at one point, I'm gonna tell you real quick. There's a scene where I'm sitting there at a banquet with the Pharaoh, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my son comes and sits next to me, and I'm drinking wine. I'm pouring I'm an actor. I'm pouring the fake wine into the chalice, and I drop the bottle, and I know I'm about to offend a whole bunch of alcoholics. So I'm like, pick the thing up. And my son, he sort of pushed his cup towards the bottle. I'm like, nah. And I take my chalice and I pour some of the imaginary wine into his, right? By the time we got, nobody even noticed. And the ones who did notice that I had dropped the wine bottle thought that it was an intentional distraction because of what else was going on in the room at the time. I mean, I'm telling you, this is some Game of Thrones times 100. When it's a love story. It's everything. So now, I'm really, go ahead.
Back to the improvising. One of the things I learned when I was young, that in most cases, nobody knows what's on script but the director and the actors.
Damn.
You understand what I'm saying? So oftentimes people react as if, I mean, even when you sing, because I know you done did this shit before. Your mind might be drifting because you so used to singing some shit. You know what I'm saying? Your mind might be somewhere else, and then it's time to do a critical change, and it's like you can't bring it back. So you got to go and rather being like, ooh, I messed up. No, you come into some other shit until it comes back. Nobody knows what's on script.
Hey, Hatim,
go ahead.
Hatim, you ain't never lied. I'm gonna tell you something. Because the band is in 2 rooms over as we're doing the show, right? Mm-hmm. They're not in a pit in front of us anymore. They're on screens that only we can see. And then, I'm a major character, and there's a scene where my character is telling. It's a song called "Another Pyramid," and I'm telling you what's about to go down. And this is my song. I'm like Scar with the hyenas on Lion King, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm doing this song, and I'm doing it like it's the back of my hand, like it's second nature at this point. Now, all of a sudden, I'm going into verse 2, and the lyrics for verse 3 came out of my mouth, and I said, "Oh man!" As soon as I said the first 2 words, I knew I done fucked up. Now listen. So I do this verse as if I'm intended, but then I think in the back of my head, the choreography to the soldiers or the other ministers with me, they doing the choreography for verse 2. So I just improvised the movement as I was going through the words and telling the story from verse 3. And then by the time I get to verse 3, I'm center stage, I look over my shoulder, and everybody's ready for verse 3. And the choreography is so riveting. Like, there's even a part in the choreography at this point where I don't want to get a whole show. But you remember that? You remember that part on Malcolm X where they stood in the middle of the street and Malcolm put his finger up and pointed over, and everybody went over that? That's part of our choreography, all right? Mm-hmm. And this is the point where I look over my shoulder and I see everybody's in line, and I ain't got to look back not one more time, because I know they gonna do what they do. And this was my little family moment, because I'm like, man, that could have been catastrophic. But the fact that I came back and I reiterated, even stylistically with my voice, and sometimes when you hear like reggae songs, they sing the same verse over and over again, just a little hyper and a little bit different. And that's what I did at this time, because Another Pyramid is written to a reggae beat. And it's actually the same reggae beat that I've been rocking my stuff on for the past decade. Right? It's the same crazy ball head bass line. Right? Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, man, I know this rhythm too much to make this a mess up. So I did everything twice, but I did the second time I did it, the audience got it, and they got it well, because they already heard that part of the summation of what I meant. But the fact that I said it twice, like you say at the end, some people don't even know unless they know.
Most people don't. Most people don't know the script. But Brother Kwame say, great Kuumba fam. Make it a great day. Charlotte has some girls who have made it to the state finals in the 4x2 and the 200.
Wow.
Good wishes go out to the South Bulldogs. May the ancestors travel with you, and may they make your feet lighter so that you will whoop everybody in the state of Ohio. How about that? It sounds like it's raining in the back there. It's how Tim pissing. Damn. Yes, I'm pissing. I didn't close the door. Motherfuckers with super hearing and shit. Listen, Kwame, you critic dude. You know what I'm saying? I asked him to talk. Shaka was not, but the whole piece is the whole improvising thing is, that's jazz. It's like when shit is happening, you have to make an adjustment. You can freeze or you can make an adjustment. So when I'm doing my show and I'm in the midst of my song, either I got to go through the song, or even sometimes I make it look like I stop, and nobody know that that's where the song stopped. No, the only ones that would know would be people who does it every day. They'd be like, hold on. He did the full parts. He did Breathe. I can't even remember the song right now. Breathe, breathe, lift, move, toast. First four. Then I go breathe, drink, eat, move. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, boom. So what I'm trying to do is, boom, I'm building it up and it mess up. Or even here, sometime when people don't call in. Shit, if I got the Proverbs here, I've been working with them so long that shit, I should be responsible enough to be able to go and do a solo show with them. You know what I'm saying? Because I done seen people like you do solos. I done seen people like Eddie do solos. And you don't know what the fuck you gonna do. Right? You know the parameters in which it's supposed to be, but you don't know exactly what you're gonna do. And that's the beauty of the style in which we approach not only life but everything else, because some people need it all laid out before they move. We don't. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't even need to, all I need to know is the song, nigga. I don't even need to know how it's going to end. I don't even know how, just give me the basics. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to jump in, I'm going to do my thing. That's what we do. That's, you know what I'm saying? And we have always done that. And we've been surviving on and being able to do that. Not only surviving, many of us been able to live great lives and provide living for other people. Because I live my life in a jazz type style. I know the motherfucking song, and I did this shit so many times in so many lifetimes that I know basically how it's gonna go. I'm gonna be young, be wild. You know what I'm saying? Get old, mellow out. Get older, become wise. Become a little bit older and guide other people. So rather than me doing that pattern, I said, well, fuck it. I'm gonna start guiding other people younger. So I ain't got to wait all the way till I'm old man to guide people. Let me start guiding people, put people in place right now, so that when it's time for us to all sing our solo, when it's time for us to sing together as a choir, I got somebody in the mayor's office, I got somebody in a state representative, I got a couple people in city council, I got a couple of people on the police force, I got people in the fire department, and 10,000 voters. See, y'all think somebody playing. I'm just trying to be all the way real with you. Y'all nobody's playing. Hold on. Brother Kwame back on. This really sounds really cool. I wish I could see it. Oh, he talking about your play. You in trouble now. I'm getting the hang of this Spreaker. Kwame said he getting the hang of the Spreaker thing. So that means Kwame gonna start doing a podcast, another Gye-Nyame production. I'm so glad that you put yourself on Front Street like that, Kwame. So pretty soon, y'all are going to be able to get the Math Chronicles from Brother Kwame. A 15-minute show that teach you certain little secrets and certain little things that you didn't know about mathematics, popping up at least once a week. Now, go ahead, say something smart now, Kwame. All right. But yo, I got to get up out of here. Today is my sister's day. She is graduating from her class. I can't remember what it is that she did, but I'm going to celebrate with my sister and watch her walk across the stage and be a proud.
Tell her I say congratulations.
Huh?
Tell her I say congratulations.
Yeah. So shouts out to Ladybug Tylese. You know, I'm about to get up out of here and go and meet the family and kick it for the rest of the day. And then after this weekend, family, we're going to have a toast and talk tomorrow. I don't have nowhere to go tomorrow, so we're going to have the regular toast and talk. And think of some subjects that y'all want to cover, you know, because like I said, the show is y'all's. It ain't just mine. It's our show. So please enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you come on with some foolishness, please understand that you will be, you know, I'm going to be nice with you and be polite. But you know, come on now. So now, if you are in Cleveland, the name of the show is Aida. It's at the Caramel House. One of the stars is one of our brothers, Brother Shaka. And they will have a show today at 2 and one at 7. And they will have a matinee tomorrow at 3 p.m., I think. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So make sure that you get out there and you support the brother. And then if you hear about Aida traveling around the country and Shaka get to be the bad guy, go on and check out his talent. And then also, Shaka should have an album dropping soon. When is this album coming, Shaka, so that we can promote it on Gye-Nyame Journey? And come on now.
Well, it's funny you should ask because I think I time traveled and I set the album up. It's on iTunes and Spotify already. It's called, and you just look up Baba Shaka, Beats to the Symbiotic Cipher, and it's available to you on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Deezer, even YouTube.
So you dropped your. Tim,
let me.
Yeah, go explain. Don't explain because I'm about to cuss your ass out.
The Symbiotic Cipher, the event. We talked about the event, the Symbiotic Cipher, and I'm telling you, one of the major things is the collective performance between the area artists and Black Phoenix Artist Society. Now the piece is that what is set out there to establish and engage with those artists right now are those tracks. They're just straight instrumental for these artists be able to write to be able to create their own placement music. Send it back to me and I'll put it right back out so that it's on iTunes as well. Right? So everybody eats in this movement. So we do it like that. And let's say we had Brother Kwabena out of Milwaukee blessing one of the beats, and his whole poetry troupe or writer's troupe did something on that music. Now we're already set to go out there and do a collective performance, drop off our SCOBY, and move to the next city. So that's the way that the Symbiotic Cipher is designed to work, so that when we get there, not only are we investing in quality solution-based media, but we're also expediting the marketing process for all the artists who are involved in this.
I mean, that sounds good, but nigga, you telling me you got an album that you dropped that you ain't let us know that you got an album out.
Album is called Beats of the Symbiotic Cipher.
Y'all see how you that's what I'm talking about, this what's that word that you use? Being able to adjust in the moment.
Improvisation.
Yeah, you see how he improvised around the point that I'm making? I mean, he been talking to y'all for 2 and 3 years. Am I the only one offended that this motherfucker actually got an album? I thought he just dropped a couple of sample tracks. So you got an album available. So I want everybody to hear this. You got an album available where?
You can YouTube it right now if you want it.
No. Listen, iTunes. YouTube is free. Mm-hmm. The whole issue is artists are the vanguard of the revolution. We got to support what we do. I don't have a ownership copy of your stuff where I could go out and I could buy your album. You understand what I'm saying? I could listen to it for free on YouTube. I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
Or you could buy it on iTunes. You can buy the entire album.
Can I buy it on Google?
What's that?
Can I buy it on Google?
Let's try Google. Let's see, I know that it's on iTunes. I know that it's on Spotify, Deezer, Apple Music. I don't see why it wouldn't be on Google.
All right. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm going to check it out for you. I'll let you know.
Yeah, please let me know.
All right. But, yo, family, I got to get out of here because my sister's graduation is at 11. My daughter's already. I don't know if my son is going or not, because if he's not, then I got some assignments for him. It's real life here at Gye-Nyame Journey. I want to thank y'all for joining us. Family, it was a great day. It was good talking to Shaka because we ain't had an opportunity to chop it up with Shaka in a long while. Brother Kwame is learning the new platform of Spreaker, and he's enjoying it. So now I'm going to be talking to him about getting us a podcast together. You know what I'm saying? And setting up his phone so that all he got to do is push a button and he thoughts hit him. Boom. Hit it. Boom. We're going to post it up on Gye-Nyame Journey. All right, family, listen. Remember, you are now standing amongst the congregation of the mighty. We are the stubborn minority that will change the world. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This is a Heart of a Simba production, and this has been another Daily Toast, and we have smashed another one. We are on 61193, star date 61193, and it's a Heart of a Simba production. Well, we strive to blow up your old paradise.